All right, well, let me come back to you to continue from where we stopped.
It's beginning to look as if this government does not even have an idea of what it means to govern. And I have no apologies about it. We thought the Goodluck Jonathan administration was clueless. Many of us thought the Goodluck Jonathan administration was irresponsible in terms of the way it handled the affairs of this nation. Many of us felt it was a very inept government. I still hold those beliefs. I still believe that government had its own fault. But we are seeing the Muhammadu Buhari presidency, which is turning out to become more clueless, more inept, more irresponsible than the Goodluck Jonathan administration was. Look, whichever side of the coin you are, I was one of the very many people who believed so much in this presidency, in Muhammadu Buhari as a person. And I wrote severally, I appeared in a number of fora in defense of the presidency and why it's the best at the moment then. But I can tell you the fact, 2 years down the line, that I'm almost at the point of regretting supporting a Muhammadu Buhari presidency. He has shown without remorse how irresponsible a leader can be. And there are no apologies about that. I'll give you 2 instances. The argument was that things were bad before he got into power. We all agreed things were bad. And what were the things that were bad? There was massive corruption. 2 years down the line, when Muhammadu Buhari came into power, corruption still reigned supreme. We have seen over and over again key prominent figures in his government being alleged to have engaged in corrupt acts. And we have seen again, over and over again, a presidency that rode onto power under the pretext of being a saint-like, under the pretext of being anti-corruption, defending people who have been accused of corruption. Even when you have glaring evidences of corruption against principal officers of his own government. So he cannot be pretending to be fighting corruption when he has simply refused to allow people who are part of his cabinet to be investigated. That's one. People have argued again that the treasury in Nigeria was looted when the Goodluck Jonathan administration was in power. Those stole that. But for God's sake, if under a Goodluck Jonathan government, plus all the looting that took place, a dollar exchanged for 216 naira to 1 as the time was leaving, and we have a Muhammadu Buhari presidency 2 years down the line, and we are made to believe that there hasn't been any form of massive looting, and then a dollar is exchanging the naira for 500 and something naira, or 507 naira as of today. Where then is the probity that this government wants Nigerians to believe it's observing? How can you claim to be less corrupt and things are going bad for your citizens on a daily basis and you don't have a clue as to how to solve it?
I think the fault a little that's in Seun's argument is that he's making it more of a person than an institution. This protest, if it's to be against the person of Muhammadu Buhari, will be losing the credibility and the essence of protesting. It should be against the institution called Nigeria, and yes, the leaders of the institution will be at stake now. But it seems as though Seun, and I believe some people may share a sentiment, will be focusing their energy on attacking the president. Now, take Buhari out of the equation. What is left with Nigeria? Will the problem be solved when Buhari is out? I think that was the same problem people made by just attacking Goodluck Jonathan, which I think Goodluck Jonathan, in my own opinion, was one of the worst leaders Nigeria has ever had. But we should take this beyond our person sometimes and try to look at principles. For example, he spoke a lot about monies recovered. If you know much about the principle of justice, you will realize that monies recovered cannot be immediately injected into the economy. There's a process, and we need to become a more legal state. We need to become a state where justice, is safe. So what you should be talking about is quick and accelerated justice system where people cannot be bribed. We should be talking about that. And sometimes I feel, truthfully, that we focus so much on federal government that we give the state government and the local government a bypass. We don't even ask our legislators what they are doing, and these people collect monies that are for our constituency projects. I think so many times we focus so much just on the federal government, and I think fundamentally that the protest will be flawed if we do not demand from all tiers of government, responsibility from all tiers of government.
All right, guys, that will be all. Thanks for coming on the program and sharing your thoughts. We do appreciate them, but then we have to wrap it up here. We'll take another break, and when we return, we'll be bringing you the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Stay with us.
The report about the nightlife in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, begins this week's most viewed video in 5th place. In 4th is the video of Nigerians sent packing from the United Kingdom.
Close to his church in Abuja, so he's there, we did the interview. So he says,
The 3rd spot is taken by the stand of the General Overseer of Omega Fire Assembly, asking Nigerians to defend themselves from attacks by suspected herdsmen.
Nigerians, Christians and all are sundry, no one would be excited or willingly offer his neck to be used for a sacrifice or a ritual. It is only natural for you to defend yourself, and that's what I stand on. I don't stand there. I'm not involved in religious uprising or religious uproar.
Coming up next, in 2nd place, is the video of a widow swindled of her hard-earned money through a Ponzi scheme in Benue State.
I and my siblings and some members of my family, we put in 2.9 million naira into the cash flow account. And since then, we've lost contact and we didn't know the whereabouts of the person involved.
And in 1st place is the video of pump-action rifles impounded by officials of the Nigeria Customs Service at the Lagos ports.
Sorry, sir, sorry.
Well, there you go. Those were the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. However, if the video you were expecting to see didn't come out, then just visit our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/channelsweb. Look for that video, watch it, and of course, you can also share them with your friends, family, and even foes. However, a lot of reactions has trailed the cancellation of the protest by Two-Face. Some have even gone ahead to assemble in different spots for the protest, not minding the concerns raised by the Nigeria police. But one thing remains, protest or not, the federal government needs to tighten its seatbelt and fulfill its campaign promises. We draw the curtains on this note, but continue via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I'm Victor Matthias.